Alrighty, well, hello everyone, and welcome back. Welcome to my new playthrough of Splatoon 2. Finally doing a game aside from Black Ops Cold War. It's been a good minute. Now I gotta customize my Inkling because it's a new save file. And yeah, you know, might as well I like that hairstyle. Some pants. Yeah, I'm cool with that. And so yeah, that's my first time, or my most recent playthrough of what's it called, of a game. Nintendo presents Splatoon 2. And apparently Splatoon 3 is coming out this year, so I'm definitely have to do a playthrough of that. Think you're cool, too cool for school? Well, what's not in front? Looking for a green through? Let's start with the basics. So it's gonna make me do the motion controls. Even though I already know that I'm not gonna be using the motion controls. But I kind of have to use it like this for now until I end up, what do you call it? Getting to the actual game and then actually being able to change it. It's been, like I said, a really good minute since I've even played. The Splatoon, what do you call it, 2 campaign. So hopefully you do good here. I'm probably going to predict that it's going to be around the same amount of, you know, time, if not a little more than, what's it called, the first Splatoon playthrough, just because these levels are a little longer, they're a little tougher, there's more mechanics involved. And also, what do you call it, I think there's a few more levels, and a few more collectibles as well I gotta deal with. Plus, as well, there's the Octo expansion, which I never actually played before, so I'm definitely gonna have to purchase and then do a playthrough of that as well. What do you call it, in the process. Let's head over to the new Inkopolis, or whatever, and get this playthrough going. Okay, I really enjoyed the E3 presentation. It was pretty nice. Definitely looking forward to that new Mario Party game. That looks like it's going to be a blast as well. As Breath of the Wild 2 and a few of the other stuff they announced look pretty neat too. Now, Mario Kart 9, which is kind of disappointing, was one of the things that people were rumoring was going to be on there, but I guess it's to be expected, you know, right? But overall, it was a great, you know, great watch. Yeah, with the new announcers. Y'all know what time it is? It's Off the Hook, coming at you live from Inkopolis Square. Checking out here are the current regular battle stages. Swimming around this place makes it kind of dizzy. But if you're gonna round, just try to aim at the enemy. And these are the current ranked battle stages. What are the 3 most embarrassing words in the Inkling language? Splatter by Splinter. What are the league battle stages? Marina, what's your favorite veggie? Beets, of course. Wow. Our producer freaking out. Be the temple proper, Marina. Let's see here. This just in, the great Zapfish has disappeared. Wait, for reals? I feel like I read this story somewhere before. There's more. Pop superstar Callie of the Squid Sisters has gone missing. No, not Callie. This is terrible. Do something, Marina. Okay, I'll put together a search part. Whatever, I'm sure it'll turn up at some point. In other news, shouldn't we form a search party or something? Alright, so let's move today. I call it Inkopolis Fashion Focus. Pearl, what are you doing? I don't see this on the script. Relax, we're just gonna spotlight some fresh new styles around Inkopolis. Pearl, did you even run this by a producer? Nope, let's dive right in. Our first feature. All the cool squid kids in town seem to be sporting new hairstyles lately. Squid kids? Oh, right. At this rate, it's only a matter of time before this thing is a full-on fad. I feel like I've seen these weird hairstyles somewhere before. Alright, bro, I'm getting worried that we're out of time for this segment. Oh, fine, be sure to tune in next time for more Inkopolis Fashion Focus. Now, what exactly is next time going to be? Pretty sure we peeked on that one, but probably never. And that's all the time we have. Till next time, don't get cooked, stay off the hook. Nice. Alright, so really quickly, that's Inkopolis Square, the new nerve center of Inkling culture. That's Deca Tower in front of you, one of the tallest buildings in all of Inkopolis. There's a lobby on the first floor of Deca Tower for online battles. Over here, you got the gallery, Inkopolis' most popular shopping center. Here you can buy the freshest gear and weapons to use in battle. The shops are pretty exclusive and they won't serve you if you're not fresh enough. Oh, what else? Oh, that's a creepy shop back there. Rumor has it they're hiring for some sketchy job. I want to think twice before you apply there unless you really need the dough. That brings us to the Shoal, the coolest hangout spot in all of Inkopolis. The Inklings go to meet up nearby friends for competitive and cooperative play. And next we have... Huh? There's that mysterious squid back there. Almost looks like... No, she'd never hang out in a place like this. And in those clothes? Yeah, it must be someone else. Is it just me or does that alleyway seem a little fishy? Yeah, something's that fishy going on around there, but probably best to ignore it. Anyway, you should check out the lobby at Deca Tower. That's where you can get your splat on. Get this. Got the Splatfest T replica. Nice. Squid Kid V. Now you can use it in multiplayer battles. The online jersey. You can only use this in multiplayer battles. Alright. Motion controls off. Alright, let's try this. Alright, perfect. So obviously we're going to be focusing on, what do you call it, mainly the campaign. I'm not really going to be doing any online. Over here we got the Octo expansion there in the distance, but I have to buy it first, and then yeah, I'll do that after the playthrough. But yeah, let's go into the campaign area. This is direct sequel right here to the first campaign as well. The Octarians. Hey, you showed up. As soon as I saw you aimlessly wandering around the square, I knew you were the one. I'm Murray. I know you're probably a bit starstruck, but I need you to get over it. Yes, I'm that Murray, you know, from the Squid Sisters. You've never heard of me? For eel? Well, you obviously aren't very cultured, but you'll have to do. See, I've got a little thing I need some help with. I know you've heard of the green snapfish, the power of the Inkopolis Square is missing. Well, it isn't just missing, it's been kidnapped by the Octarian menace. How do I know this? On the surface, I may just look like an absolutely talented pop star. For in truth, I'm Agent 2 of the Squid Beak Splatoon, a secret society of heroes who save the world from Octarians. Now, I've been trying to keep an eye on the Octarians in my downtime, but I'm a busy grown. Only Callie around to lend a hand. Need you to get the great sapfish back from the slimy Octarians. What do you say? Are you in? So... Talk your offer silence says yes. Aboard. You are the new Agent 4 of the Squid Beak Splatoon. I thought I got you a brand new hero suit as a signing bonus. And look at it, it fits like a glove. Not bad for an old hand-me-down. Let's go to those Octarians. Limb from limb, limb from limb, limb from limb. Well, you get the picture. Oh yeah, the entrances to the Octarians realm are visible, so you have to ink them to reveal them. And these are little trading modules, give you an idea of the different types of enemies and how they hold up to your weapons. And of course the same stuff as before. I don't know what that does, but I guess it's not important right now. Well, you got different sectors. Same amount of sectors as before, I think 5. And this one being the first one only has a few here. You gotta do this little challenge right here. Every section. Get something special. Nice. You got a hidden scroll. Nice. Welcome to Octo Canyon, the world's most famous gorge. Collect all the commemorative souvenir stickers. That's about the same amount of levels as before. So yeah, it's probably going to take us about the same amount of time. Maybe and a little more, just given the extra challenges they might have in store for us. Yeah, let's start with level 1 then. We got Return of the Octarians, Rescue the Zapfish. Level 1. I have to change up the sensitivity. I think it's a little low, but especially compared to the first one. Oh, I can't change it now, I guess. Yeah, same process as before though. You got different sections like this. And you got different music. They're just all new levels. Just making sure I don't miss anything as before. Around this kid. Nice. Definitely a little tougher than before. There's two fitted things we gotta find. We got behind the hidden scroll and then this weird little trout looking thing. There's new spots where you can do that. And of course, they got the same process as before. You can actually upgrade your gear along the way as well. So right now I got the basic splatter shot, which feels a little slower than the original one. The damage is a little better, I guess, to accommodate that. It's funny because you can go back to the areas you were at before too. In this level, these are kind of like more interconnected open worlds, I guess you could say, levels than the ones in the original. At first glance, of course. From what I remember, there's definitely some levels that are just like the original in that fast zany motion. There's 2 sections I can go in. Let's try this one first. Alright, let's try the other one. It took a little longer to destroy because now they have some that have tape on them. So far, no sign of one of the hidden objects yet. We got some armor though, which now in this game is like a helmet. That guy blew it up in one hit. You also got a secondary armor as well. That's like the one that can regen or whatnot, so you gotta be careful. If you break that one, you go move a little slower and stuff like that, and then if you get hit a little bit more after that, then you're definitely down. Let's see here. And also the graphics, you can also tell that we've gotten a huge improvement over the original. Not that the original had any bad graphics, but it's like with the Switch being, you know, a more powerful console, obviously it's more notable here. Like textures and stuff look a lot more smooth. Got the hidden shot thing, nice. Making sure there's nothing on the side. Still need that sunken scroll though. How the freak did I not jump through that thing? There's a hidden box down here. That probably has the hidden scroll. Nice. I very well could have just gone to it the regular way, but now I gotta go this way. Right, still. Nice. I still can. I mean, it would have led to the same area then. Okay. Nice. Now I can complete the level and it should be good. Oh, and I got my new special. This is the one you can use in the multiplayer as well. Kind of hand cannon, kind of hand. all the keys. Nice. And we're at the last checkpoint. We got some funny poses at the end now. So that was fun. Definitely took a little longer than like the original. A shockwave struck while one young lady was performing at the recent youth folk singing contest, doing damage to the venue. Fortunately, no one was injured. And that's obviously one of the new idols in the game that replaced the Split Sisters. Sunset Octojobber, dash and jump. Let's introduce another one of the new mechanics. There's like these weird little kind of pillow thing, or like floaty things that you can actually jump on or whatnot, and they make you bounce really high. As well as these dash pads too, which are kind of cool as well. From what I remember, there were some ones that were a little harder to find as far as like the sunken scrolls and little trout pieces. I know the sunken scrolls don't serve the same purpose that I'm aware of as they did in the original, because I think in this game to unlock like the secret weapons and stuff like that, you actually had to use that particular type of weapon. So like right now I'm using the hero shot. I would have to use the hero shot in every single level, and when I did that, and then I can unlock it. But I forget, I mean, I guess the sunken scrolls are just a side thing now, that you don't really unlock anything else aside from just like backstory into the lore of the game. Which isn't a bad thing. I mean, it's always a neat little completion, you know, thing you can do on the side. And you got these little kind of like squid skateboarding sections. It almost feels like Sonic the Hedgehog, almost with the little rail sections or whatever. Let's see. Be careful with those. Those are pretty much insta-kill me if I'm within range. There's a trout there. I'm probably gonna have to go in this part to get it. Nice. Risky jump, but it was worth it. Additional armor. Yeah, just like Warzone, you know, always gotta have your armor. Additional armor. And you gotta be careful with this section, you don't wanna go on, these things are in the way. Instead of, what's his face, Captain Cuttlefish, kind of guiding you along the way. Now it's, Marie the entire time. And she's not doing that whole hidden persona thing either. A little hidden over here. Nice. Whole Agent 2 fiasco. But she was Agent 2, and obviously Marie was Agent 1. But Marie is nowhere to be found here. Yeah, use these dashboards. Perfect. Got some bonus points too. Nice. We're moving. Ammo Knights will be moving to a new location soon. Many thanks to our loyal customers for your support. And yeah, so signify that yes, the Inkopolis we see in this game is different from the one we see in the first one. Like, they're both in the same city, but like off in a different section, because apparently the section they were in before is considered outdated now. So they had to, you know, adapt and go to a new section. And a little hidden trout too. Nice. So each section has a hidden trout and a hidden squirrel. Welcome to Octopia. The summer winds rise again. But yeah, just like in the original, there'll be multiplayer maps they'll run into in this game. It's kind of neat to think about that they bring back a lot of the. They brought back maps from the original and then also made a lot of new ones, and a lot of the new ones get showcased here. Yeah, I lost that. Making sure I don't miss anything. Of course, if I fall off and run into the water, then I'm done for. Nice. Little combo action. Okay. Nope. You ain't getting me with that. Some armor. Yeah, so far so good on the playthrough. As far as the next game I'm on my list, I am. Oh shoot. Well, technically it's not really the next game, but it's the next, thing is going to be trying to finish or do Octo expansion, which would be my first time playing through it, so it's going to be one of my blind playthroughs. It'll be kind of neat. And then right after that, I mean, around this time that I'll be doing all that stuff and playing Cold War, we'll be getting Mario Golf Super Rush or whatever it's called. Being released, so I'll definitely be playing the heck out of that and streaming that, because I'm a huge fan of Mario Golf. If you saw my what's it called, streams on Facebook, you'll see that I played a lot of Mario Golf on there. Honestly, I wish I could have played more, but I mean I played a good bit of it on there. Just because what do you call it? Do enjoy the series a lot for what it is, and I'm glad that it finally got a sequel after all this time, because honestly it feels like they hadn't been making a sequel for that series in a while, and it's one of those games that definitely deserves it. Like, they gave tennis a lot of love, why not, especially, I mean, they did release a Mario Tennis game on Wii U, but obviously that one was kind of a flop from what I hear, and it did look like a flop for the most part. I mean, let's be real here, they kind of felt like a rush game, and so You know, obviously the Switch one was definitely the better game. It borrowed a lot of concepts from that game, but overall, the Switch one was the one to play for sure. And so I can imagine if they did actually end up making a Mario Golf on Wii U, it probably would have just been like some kind of downgraded thing from the Switch version ended up being. But I mean, I don't know how much they would have messed up Mario Golf. I mean, Mario Golf, they did release one on 3DS that was pretty good. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, honestly, a very good question. I don't really have a good answer. But what I do know is that I'm glad we're getting one, and this one looks like it's going to be really nice, especially since they're giving it the most recent Mario Tennis kind of treatment, where like they're going to keep adding updates with new stages and stuff like that. So it'll definitely be a game that I'll come back to from time to time. And honestly, if I'm not streaming it, I'll probably end up playing it, you know, without streaming it. If it doesn't get much traction on my page. But honestly, it's not like I care too much about the traction on my page anyway. Like, as far as like, you know, I'll stop streaming something if it doesn't get any views or anything like that, because obviously my page is still growing, and it's also, you know, more about what I want to do, because and obviously if I played, you know, something that I didn't want to play just for views, I mean, it would just wouldn't be worth it for me, you know. So, and I know there's some YouTubers out there that'll probably do that, let's be real here. Nice, so we cleared that stage out pretty good too. And now we get access to the boss level. Museheads are buzzing over the legendary underground show 2 years ago. Anyone lucky enough to catch DJ Octavio's opening set and the Squid Sisters headlining had their minds blown and their lives changed that night. Which obviously, of course, was the battle in the first game. Right there you see Marina right there in the background watching the whole thing, and lo and behold, she ends up becoming, you know, a... what do you call it? One of the idols in the game. But the funny part is that, like, Pearl doesn't even seem to realize that she is an Octoling. Industrial toast into the ocean oven. It's kind of crazy to think about, but I mean, obviously, they never explain if she'll find out or not. But maybe she does in Octo Extension. I don't know. I haven't played enough to find out. I didn't want to spoil it either, so I kind of know what happens, but like I don't know any of the story or what's going on throughout most of it, so I just know the ending and, you know, what happens at first. We got our new boss we gotta fight. Octo Oven. Like the name implies, it's a oven. Let's use that. And then now we can attack the weak point. Mess it up here. I definitely gotta be careful. Those things in the background are really gonna do much for me. Oh, they got armor that can't be nice. And the towers went away. Oh, actually, wait, they're back. And they got this. Neat. It's like toast and jelly. Nice, and we beat him. Hold on, sorry. Take a picture of this. Nice. Alright, cool. Could work ancient form. Sure. Know how to pick them. How to handle the Octarians, and didn't expect them to have a fully operational Octopus at their disposal. I think it's time to call in the big guns. Let's see here. Sheldon, can you hear me? Over. I hear you loud and clear, Mari. Over. Oh man, it's so cool. And 4, I'm Sheldon of the Ammonites, the only weapon shop in Incomplex with over 542 millions of trusted service. That's right, stop by Ammonites in Incomplex Square for all your weapon needs. Tell me Sheldon sent you. Ari told me everything, and to think that my signature weapons can be one of help to new Squid Beacon Splatoon, I'm honored. I'm afraid I can just not treat my vast arsenal like an all-you-can-eat buffet. I'll have to do business, have a business run, you know? So let's help each other. I want you to help me out by testing my new weapons I'm currently developing. All you have to do is use them in the real-world conditions. If you do that for me, I'll be able to gather all sorts of amazing data. That data will help me get approvals I need to make retail versions of the weapons. And once the retail versions are out, you can use them in turf war battles. It's a real win-win, don't you think? Oh, yeah. And? Okay, down, boy. I think Agent 4 gets the point. Let's get back to work, Agent 4. Stay fresh. Good news, now you can use my Ammonite Enhancifier next to the Cuttlefish cabin. It's a top-of-the-line winning machine that can enhance your weapons and add bombs to your arsenal. The Enhancifier doesn't take cash, it takes power eggs and sandarium instead. Alright, let's go. It's only getting time for Agent 4. You need to upgrade your gear with Ammonite's enhancers. Alright, let's see. Don't have enough of that, don't have enough for that. Yeah, so you can use the thing in that combination of both of those things, the sardine looking things or whatever those things are, and the eggs. So, whatever he said, I wasn't really paying too much attention. But now let's move on to the next section. To Suction Cup Lookout. Suction Cup Lookout. The boss kettle right there. And we got 6 levels here. Nice. Let's first start by trying to find that little balloon. I can get the secret scroll from it. Whoops. This is it. Gotta hurry with these two because these are gonna just flying away. Nice. Next souvenir. Definitely gotta explore around with these levels for sure. Alright, I guess let's go over here to this side. Should I cleared all this crap? We got the Octobark, stay on your grind. And we got a returning song from the original. It's always nice to see some returning content. I'll take this with you, it'll help you gather some practical battle data. These are the hottest weapons in the game right now, the hero dualies. Press B while shooting them in any direction to dodge roll. You can dodge roll forward, backward, or side to side. It's totally wrong. And then if you jump while shooting at me, I'll just strafe. These are kind of fun to use in multiplayer. I remember I got a good kick out of them. And what was cool is that, which this is kind of the same thing with the original too, is that they had what's it called, the same weapon, and then that same weapon had different brand variations, and those brands obviously what's it called, gave what's it called, different, as far as the stats, like the stats for the weapon itself are the same, like range, damage, all that stuff. The only thing that was different was that the sub weapons and the specials that you got with them. And so yeah, that was the main gimmick of getting like a different brand. If you weren't a fan of the specials and the equipment that you were given with that particular brand, then obviously you could use a different brand with hopefully better equipment on the way, and because you couldn't really choose your equipment, you just kind of had to stick with it once you picked the weapon. And of course your t-shirts and all that stuff would give you extra stats too, and shoes and headgear. Making sure I'm not missing anything on the side. Hello. Got a double XP token, nice. There's actually a funny glitch with those. You could actually make, only meant to be collected once, but in the case of the glitch, before they patched it, you could actually, what do you call it, pick them up an unlimited amount of times before it got patched, and just keep getting them, keep getting them, keep getting them. And what that would do, obviously, would mean that people would have like dozens upon dozens of double XP tokens to, you know, level up and stuff like that. And I mean, there's different types too. There's like the double, there's the 1.5s, and they would all last like a limited amount of time. So it's kind of like how the double XP tokens in Cold War / Warzone work, where you only get like a, you know, a limited amount of time to use those. Go on this thing. And a lot of times, you know, you either had to like get lucky in a special event and hope that they would have that at one of those. If not, I mean, kind of just had to hope for the best and just get all the ones you could from here. And I mean, honestly, only worth it if you knew you were gonna win the match. It's kind of the same with double XP tokens and Cold War and all that stuff right now. Like, I mean, you could use them at a very bad time where you get disconnected from a match, or you know, you get like really bad lobbies to where like you just don't get much XP. And there weren't even like double XP like weekends or something in this game to like, you know, there's a perfect time to play and stuff like that to be able to get more XP than normal. So probably something hidden up here. That's the hidden art sardine thing. Of course, you're gonna go back on these. Well, it looks like I missed the hidden scroll somewhere. Maybe it's not over here. Might be up there. Strafing, you can confuse these enemies right here. I remember strafing was kind of annoying to deal with in multiplayer too, especially if you were facing someone that was like a pro at doing it. Like, I remember I got somewhat used to doing it, but I was just like, I don't know, I was just not the fan of the dualies. I mean, they were good weapons, don't get me wrong. They did end up getting patched because of the fact that they were, you know, kind of OP, especially with the strafe and all that stuff. But like, yeah, just, you know, I should have honestly gone behind them because they did offer a lot in that, you know, sense. Being able to strafe, which none of the other weapons can do. And yeah, obviously there's different versions of the dualies as well, with longer ranges, and others that shoot slower but have better damage, like, you know. There's a bunch of different iterations, and it was all cool at the end of the day, you know, stuff like that. I just never got into using my weapon in this game, and in the original was the arrow spray. Check your weapon log. Yep, data's coming through. Oh man, this is really good stuff. The more data you give me, the quicker I can finalize the retail version, so keep it up. But remember, this is just a loaner. I'm not running a charity here. Good luck, Agent 4. You can upgrade your weapon at the Ammo Knights and fire with some radium and power eggs. This is double XP tokens. Oh yeah, that's one of the tokens you can use at Crusty Sean's place. You can find this truck parked in Gauntlet Square. He sells the most amazing fried hot dog thing. I can really go for a hot dog right now. This looks like a get rich scheme by some shady guy with crazy hair. I made a cool 100 mil G in a year just sitting around. Ask me how. Do people really fall for this bilge? Yeah, he's the guy from the original. We would give those like little like kind of like Mario mushroom looking like shell things or whatnot, and with that you could essentially what do you call it, upgrade your gear to, like, you know, have like better stats and stuff like that. Change weapon, yeah. It just doesn't have the range. It's fine. Got the sardine. So that's the gate to the next area. Let's go to this level. Octoling strike right in the reef. Time to face some Octolings on a multiplayer map. Octolings. Wait, that's a mini Zapfish. Barely 8 mini Zapfish combined have the power of 1 normal Zapfish. Yeah, that's one of the new mechanics that they added to is levels with Octolings, and instead of doing checkpoints, just skip over the end. Like there's actually multiple Zapfish you have to go and collect in one level. And there's all the miniature ones, and by collecting all 8, it counts towards you getting the big Zapfish, of course. But yeah, this is I think the redone version of or the new like kind of like Urchin Underpass for this game. It's like the Redux almost, but it actually is a different level. Like I mean, it shares some similarities, sure, but it is an entire level on its own. It's really fun from what I remembered. It wasn't too broken. Some of the other levels that like made it really easy to spawn lock and stuff like that. But I'll be honest, I was kind of guilty of spawn locking teams. Let's be really here, like who didn't? Like, especially if you got the opportunity to. It's so easy to spawn lock people in certain maps. Just make sure there was anything else, although. Section over here, I didn't check. Making sure I don't miss anything. Nice. And double teams right now. Get some more armor. Those. I got one left. Still haven't found the hidden scroll yet. One of these guys left at their spawn. Yeah, those are things that spawn. It's like they had an invisible shield, so that was your only safe space if someone actually got through. a surprise attack, man. Alright, so now the only thing I'm missing is the hidden scrolls. Still more of them? Are they respawning or what? Hard to say. There's the hidden scroll. I'm just missing the sardine thing. Okay, so it's definitely not here. I guess I gotta check areas that were still pink, because there might be a hidden box in there. I guess they're respawning. This is good. Okay. Okay, I mean that really just leaves the one at the top over here. Let's see, are they respawning at their spawn? Yeah, well, let's get a dang sardine then. There it is. Just in a random corner. How is it supposed to find that? It took me a second, but I got it. Nice. Got the freshest gear around. Get the abilities you've always dreamed about. Orders will be fulfilled by a weird kid with the spiky hair. Interested? Send inquiries to Andy. Try this blue balloon challenge again. I messed it up the first time. Oh, just for more of those. I should have figured as much since I already had the sardine thing. Okay. Back alley cleanup. Suck it up. Alrighty. Really need some more data on this weapon. Can you use it for a bit? The one I've been using, but it sounds fishy and it's not my brand. Been anything hidden up there? I got a mega version of those things now. top of this thing. Alright. Alright, just moved out of the way. It's fine. Some extended armor. Cool. Stay out of here. I think there's an enemy in too. Listen. I gotta get the thing to react to my. Or I can just go to the middle. Get up here, there's probably something hidden. Okay. Not what I wanted, but it is what it is. I make a little path for it to clean. There we go. I'm sure I didn't miss anything. There's a hidden sardine there. Now the freak do I get to it though? Guess I gotta go to this thing. I'm sure I don't miss any of the side stuff down here too. Doesn't look like there's anything else hidden down here. Alright, that works. Knock that guy. Perfect. Nice. Cool. How much more armor can I achieve? think I missed anything else on this thing. Unless it's one to the side that I don't know about. And I'm not seeing any box. Turn the heck around. Perfect, but I'm still missing the hidden scroll though. Okay, I could have missed it though. It's a classic case of those situations where I'm gonna have to come back to this level. I mean, unless it was in this area. Like I've downed that enemy like 20 times already. Respawning. Alright, let me go upgrade my gear then. Because I got enough points now. Nice. This map's definitely a lot better than the original. The original, the touchscreen literally just told you click here for a level, but it didn't tell you which level you were clicking on. You just had to take a guess. Nice. Your shot has been upgraded. Should have upgraded this, but do that one next. Oh yeah, it's way better than now though. That shot was definitely a lot less confusing now. Alright. There's probably a level up here too. Gotta make a good jump and get to it. Octo Zeppelin invasion, time to set sail. I remember the Octo Zeppelins, they're like giant freaking blimp octoling machine things they gotta dodge. Take this with you, I'll help you gather some practical data. Just the hero charger, hold ZR to charge up and spot your enemies. You can also swim around a bit without losing your charge. Also, string your shot, good at it, and you'll be cooking in no time. That's basically the sniper of this game. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, just because, I mean, really in any FPS or FPS or whatever kind of game like that I played, the sniper's usually never my first choice. Just because, I always like a fully automatic weapon. The one in this game is probably a decent sniper to get behind. Production of that area. Yeah, I mean, you'll never catch me using this in multiplayer. I was never the fan of this. I mean, I know some people could get pretty nasty with them. Yeah, I was just not a fan. I mean, there was, some that were alright. I'd say more so the ones that actually had like a scope, like these, like right now, these are just like no scope kind of situation right here. But there's some that actually have a scope, and you could do this too. If you wanted like a kind of a little rapid fire shot, it wasn't very effective, sure, but I mean, it was the only thing you could do as far as like, you know, if you were dealing with someone with low health and they were like right next to you, you could just do a little splatter. Yeah. And again, another reason why I wasn't a fan of these kinds of weapons too is because one thing I love about Splatoon is the whole like, it's not, you know, like the main objective isn't kills. I mean, I did tend to try to get a lot of kills in this process, but like, the thing with the splatter shot is that it really was just that, just like a defense mechanism for kills. And I mean, unless everyone on your team was using like weapons to like cover and you were the only one using the sniper, then that'd be one thing. But like, if everyone's using a splatter shot, dude, you're never gonna win turf war. Let's be real here. Unless you can kill the enemy team enough to where like, you know, they're not, they don't have enough time to, you know, cover ink or whatnot. Then I mean, that was the only way, and you know, did not match with my playstyle at all. I loved to, you know, ink stuff in Splatoon, so yeah, it just didn't work out for me. That's why I never got into it. But I'm sure I'd have, you know, had more patience with it and worried more about kills and had an actual like full-on squad. Because that was another thing too, is that Splatoon 2 I definitely had more people to play online with and, you know, and enjoy in that aspect too, as compared to Splatoon 1 where there's only like 2 people that I played with, which was my buddy Chris and another guy who, what's it called, I knew because he was like one of my sister's friends' brothers or whatnot that played this game and stuff, or played Splatoon 1 on Wii U, because obviously the Wii U didn't really have that many people that, you know, owned it, because it was kind of a failure. But that's besides the point though. Obviously, with that being said though, I'd say, you know, I still had a blast with that game. This game I kind of gave up a little bit, I'd say prematurely compared to the original. And that was mainly due to the fact that, like, by that time, like, I'd already put so many hours into Splatoon 1 that, like, Splatoon 2, you know, wasn't too much of, like, a major difference. And I was still playing Splatoon 1 up until that point, I feel like. Maybe, like, I might have quit, like, half a year before Splatoon 2 came out. But, like, I played a good chunk of it, and, again, the main problem was that, like, you know, I got, you know, kind of bored of it and stuff like that, and what do you call it, that's the main thing that stopped me from continuing to play the game and stuff like that. And it wasn't anything wrong with the game itself. The game itself is amazing, like, I love playing Splatoon, but it's just like, after playing it for so long, like, it just got to that point, you know, I'm like, well, shoot, dang. I was hoping to do like an epic trick shot there to try to get that, but looks like there's like another way I gotta have to go over there. Like this, I guess. That's a double XP token. That's a hard to get one too. To be like spot on with that jump. But yeah, obviously this is again a major thing that wasn't in the original right here, is the whole like being able to use more than just the hero shot. But again, back onto the multiplayer thing though, like yeah, I mean that was the main problem, which is just like I didn't really have any. I feel like if I would have had more friends that played Splatoon and Splatoon 2, and like we actually had like squads and all this other stuff, dude, I would have been put way more time into the series as a whole. And that's kind of the same thing with Call of Duty. Like, let's be real here. If it wasn't for Ricky Boss playing Call of Duty with me, like I probably wouldn't have really, you know, played much of, you know, the game to freaking, what do you call it? To put some time to get to Prestige Master. So I need to align this too, right? I gotta hit that thing, that's why. There we go. Took me a second. This is that fish though. I'm already at the end and I forgot the hidden scroll again. What's this section over here though? It looks like it hasn't even been covered with ink at all. Alas, another level I'm gonna have to go back to, it's fine. Told you these levels are gonna get trickier with this kind of stuff. But honestly, I prefer coming back with a better weapon, because again, I can't really get behind the hero shot, you know. Or the sniper, whatever. Check your weapon log. Yep, data's coming through. Oh man, this is really good stuff. The more data you give me, the quicker I can finalize the retail version, so keep it up. It's just a loaner, I'm not a charity. Good luck, Agent 4. Another double XP. Too bad you can't transfer them to my other file. There's another double XP token. Yeah, there were some different types though. There's double XP and then there's double like coin as well. To like be able to get like more coins out of your matches, like double. And what do you call it? That one I didn't care about too much. Like, you know, I was mainly focused on XP to like get to max level and stuff like that, which I don't think I was able to get to the original max level for this game, which was 50. I think I actually just checked right now. I was spinning camera. I actually ended up on level 45, which that's like right below 50, so I almost made it to max level. But then like once they like raised the whole stand thing to what do you call it, to be like, oh yeah, so actually turns out max level isn't 50. We actually are gonna add prestiges like in Call of Duty, and I was like, holy crap. But by that point, you know, I was already like done with the game, you know, like I'd already stopped playing and stuff like that. And I think it was right around the time when I tried to get Shone and some of his friends slash my former coworkers to get into it too, and we played it for a good bit. I mean, you know, maybe like a month straight, more or less. Then after that though, like they got bored of it and, you know, they stopped playing and they weren't getting on for Splatfest and stuff like that. And this was already me after I, you know, theoretically had already retired from the game up to that point. Going back into the game, new stages, new weapons, stuff like that. And it was just like, well shoot, you know, there's so much that's changed. And that was one of the cool parts about Splatoon that I do give it credit for. Some of the, one of the video games that had so many free updates and stuff like that, it's not even funny. And I guess nowadays you got stuff like Warzone, Call of Duty and stuff like that, and Fortnite and all these other major games that have like different seasons and stuff like that, where you get free content. But at the time though, I think Fortnite isn't even out yet, or if it was only out like maybe a season or two. So like this is one of those games alongside Fortnite that helped pioneer the whole like, let's give people free content and not make them like pay for DLC for updates and all that stuff. And that was amazing. And actually, no, it might have been one of the first too, because like Splatoon 1 came out before this, and it was already doing that whole function. And again, at the time, there weren't very many games at all that were doing that kind of like, maybe like a mobile game could do something like that for sure, you know, because, you know, mobile gaming, a lot of the stuff is just free, and then you can pay for other stuff. But the way they hooked you up was on, if you put a lot of time into that phone game, you can get a lot of stuff or whatnot. But obviously, of course, you can do it faster if you purchase, you know, stuff along the way. So that's how they got you. Just making sure. There we go. Okay. And so yeah, it's nice of Nintendo and Splatoon to be motivated like that. Hopefully this stays the case with Splatoon 3 and they don't start, you know, force feeding you like, hey, you can do this, like a mobile game, and start, you know, making you like use, you know, actual money to progress faster. Because as far as, you know, things are concerned in Splatoon, like, you literally don't need to purchase anything. The only thing that could somewhat justify you purchasing anything would be like the Octo expansion if you wanted to play as an Octoling, and that was kind of like your form of paying for something, you know, cosmetic. But here's the thing though, is you still have to earn it. Like, even if you get the Octo expansion, you don't automatically get an Octoling. You have to actually, you know, play through Octo expansion and then unlock it to then use it in multiplayer, instead of just being like Call of Duty where like, oh, well, you bought it, so you can now use it whenever you want to and stuff like that. And it's, you know, there you go, there's no challenge behind it. And it's not a bad thing either. Like, it's just like, you know, I like it when games force you to pay money to freaking succeed, you know? Like, I'm not about that. Like, I love having that option to where, you know, you don't have to pay money to, you know, what's it called, finish the game. I like having that, you know, ability to where, yes, you could, you know, give certain players, like if they want to pay money, ability to unlock other stuff on the side, or, you know, make them, I guess, progress just a little faster than normal. But like, you know, don't make that the thing where it's like, if you don't spend any money then you're screwed kind of thing. That's why I stopped playing games like Mario Kart Tour. Oculus holds a famous card tournament once a year. This year, the first time entering, Alfonso appeared on the scene. Probably said about estimating the competition. He walked away with the first place trophy. Again, you know, yeah, I mentioned Mario Kart Tour a few times. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of that game, and I know it has its fans, and I'm not bashing the fans either. Like, the fans, if they enjoy it, they enjoy it. I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was, you know, when it first launched. You know, it was a Mario Kart game that you can play on your phone. Like, that's awesome. It just, when they started doing that whole thing where like, oh, well, if you want to, like, you know, do good in the courses and stuff like that, you need a certain character. It's like, alright, well, that's fine, I guess. I mean, a little weird, since none of the other Mario Kart games did that, but alright. But then they were just like, oh yeah, and on top of that, I mean, for a lot of the cases, you actually need that particular character to do good in the race and do good enough to then beat challenges and do all this other stuff to actually be able to, you know, what do you call it, to win races and, you know, have a better time at, like, dealing with everything. But the problem with that was that, you know, again, it just kind of gave you an unfair advantage if you actually, you know, spend enough money and got really lucky. And even then, it was just one of those, like, loot box kind of things where, like, you weren't guaranteed the prize. You know, you just had to get lucky on one of your rolls. And I mean, it was theoretically possible for someone to be lucky enough to not have to spend money and then, like, just get the cool gear that they need right off the bat. But even if that was just the case, where it's like, oh, it's just one particular gear for that one season, blah, blah, no. It was like, you need, like, multiple different gears for, like, multiple different seasons, and it's just like, dude, or whatever they do, like, tours, not seasons, you know what I mean? It's kind of the same concept, more or less, but, like, it just got to that point where it's just like, yeah, no, like, and I literally quit pretty early, too, so I never got to experience any of the later stuff they added along the way. And where the frick is this last level? I feel like I checked all this already. Unless the boss one's next. Yeah, no, I can't do the boss. On top of this thing? thought I just checked this. I guess I didn't. Never mind then. I'm an idiot. Let the Octo Hunter roll. Let it roll. My bad, guys. I thought I had already checked that thing. Yeah, again, I quit Mario Kart too early, and it was because of that fact that they, you know, made it pay to win. And you could still technically win without paying, I understand that, but it's just like, they made it so luck-based that it wasn't even fair. And it made it like how Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 suffered with those loot boxes and some of the other Call of Duty games around that era, which luckily Call of Duty doesn't do that crap anymore, which is good. And they better not revert back to it because, you know, I think we're fine as we are with battle passes. You know, I even somewhat enjoy the new prestige system. Like it's interesting. It definitely keeps the flow going. I feel like it does help with the whole boredom aspect to an extent, where like you know, it's not like the original games where, oh, you got prestige master, alright, that's it, you know, you're done, you know, there's not really a point to keep playing unless you're just quote-unquote playing for fun. Which some of the level 1000 that I run into, it's like, dude, what are you still doing? You're already level 1000. Like, what are you gaining from still playing? I mean, I guess if they really enjoyed the game enough to get in level 1000, which, I mean, I guess is the case for sure, then that's why they're still playing. But at the same time, it's just like, dude, like, you're never gonna catch me getting level 1000 in Cold War. Unless they, like, finish off the game and they're like, alright, well, this is level 1000, you know, this is max level and stuff like that. But I mean, maybe they'll do something like that, but I feel like with the whole like new system they have going with Cold War, where like all of the stuff's going to be integrated with Warzone, and like the new game's going to be integrated with Warzone and levels and stuff, like I think they're probably going to keep the whole level thing the same, and then make it so in Modern Warfare and in Cold War that you'll probably still be getting updates because they are the 3 major Call of Duty games. What do you call it? You'll still be able to level up in the old games to help with the new games. So I feel like they'll probably do something similar, or maybe they'll just be like, yeah, no, we're only going to do that for the current one. Because Modern Warfare is still getting support. You can still level up in that game to be able to, you know, theoretically use that towards your Cold War progression if you really wanted to, but honestly, I'm not going to play Modern Warfare to help myself level up in Cold War. Let's be real here. I'm playing Cold War and just to play Cold War. The level progression is just a fun thing I do on the side, even though it can be kind of draining sometimes, but it is what it is, you know? And I enjoy it for what it is. But yeah, I mean, what's it called? I don't know, that's why, same time though, I don't know how, if I'm going to continue playing Call of Duty moving forward after Cold War. Like, I mean, I don't even know if I'm going to get Vanguard. I mean, obviously we don't have any footage of it, I don't know what to think of it yet, and the game isn't out and I haven't played it, so I technically can't have a good opinion on it yet, right? Here's the thing though, is that if they keep following the same formula as Modern Warfare, like Cold War did, which kind of in some ways made it suffer too, because honestly, Cold War would have been a little better if they kind of did their own thing overall, but in some ways they copied a lot of what Modern Warfare did. And not all of it was bad, sure, but like, you know, to some extent it wasn't the best either, so like, and what I refer to is, of course, like the whole, you know, rank resets. Like, I mean, again, I'm like a 50-50 when it comes to that stuff. Like, I enjoy the rank resets for what it is. You know, and that it helps the game not go stale. But at the same time, though, it sucks because here I am every season coming back. Well, I guess that is trying to keep you can play, which really, I'm not going back to Black Ops 2 right now yet, albeit it's my favorite Call of Duty game. I'm not going back to keep leveling up because my rank isn't resetting every 5 seconds. And again, that's the appeal of the game, and I get that. But at the same time, I like there being like a final thing that you can achieve, and then there you go. Because let's be real here, the Call of Duty games unfortunately aren't meant to be, you know, continually played for a long span of time. Like once that initial game comes out, and it's been out for who knows how long, eventually it gets to that point where like, oh, well, now you got to play the new one. And as unfortunate as that is, because a part of me wishes it wasn't like that, and a part of me is also grateful for the new games kind of keeping the old ones alive. I don't know, it's like it's a mixed bag, you know. It has its benefits, but it also has its downsides too. But I will say this though, the more I think about it now, the more I'm doubting my own, you know, logic in this whole situation. And I feel like I'm speaking nonsense at this point, but you know, Cold War is a fun game, let's be real here. Cold War is a fun game. It has its flaws, but it is a fun game. Modern Warfare, on the other hand, I didn't like the door mechanic, all this other stuff that it had. It was kind of trash. And I'm not even that big of a Modern Warfare guy. I mean, Modern Warfare 3 is probably the only Call of Duty game, and I guess even technically Ghost, that I got into that were pretty fun. Modern Warfare 2 never really got that into, and that's probably mainly due to the fact that I never played it when it originally came out. I wasn't into Call of Duty back then, and I was probably too young to be into Call of Duty at the time. But at the same time, what do you call it? The Black Ops games I've always had a lot more fun with. I like the style, I like the gun, I like the story mode, I like just everything about them is just like really fun and stuff like that. I enjoyed Black Ops 3, even though I had the crappiest version of Black Ops 3 in existence, which was the PS3/360 version. I still had fun, you know, I still enjoyed it, even though it was a glitchy, pixelated mess. But it is what it is. Even then, Call of Duty as like a concept is getting a little, you know, at this point being out for this long. I honestly think they should take a, you know, thing from, what do you call it? A note from, what's it called, Battlefield and like Skippy, or so you can have more time to make the games better and not have a bunch of Call of Duty games and now the old ones are just getting tossed to the side, you know. Looks to be a do-it-yourself guide for starting your own mobile business. Looks new. Somebody must have been frying something near it. Has some grease stains on it. Yeah, definitely need to upgrade the tank too. I think I'll prioritize the tank next. I need more ink. I feel like I keep running out of ink like every 5 seconds. Now I fight the second new boss in this game. I really get more detail on this weapon. Can you use it for a bit? No, I wanted to use my freaking hero shot. Here, Octo Samurai splats with honor. As far as the Octo brushes, or the splat brushes, whatever they're called, they're fun to use in. And what do you call it? Multiplayer. Still a bigger fan of using what's it called, the rapid fire weapons, but this isn't terrible though. So I just gotta keep damaging him until... what do you call it? He's done for, and then I can attack his weak point. Jeez. Okay then. Need some jumping attacks now, I see. Even more tough. Line this up. Nice. And he's done for. Perfect. I wonder there's gonna be a third collectible in every level. That's my thing. Because there's 2 in this one. Yeah, that was kind of insane. Great work, Ancient 4. Maybe it's just me or the Ontario base feel like they've given a feminine touch. Maybe got a new decorator. No. Huh? This radio's on the fritz, that's right. Just changed the batteries on this thing. Actually, there's radio interference in the active canyon. All the junk around there is probably giving off electrostatic. The Alano consumer products use a frequency called keypod band. Microwave ovens are prime culprits. In fact, my micro... Shh, you're breaking up, Sheldon. Shh, going through a tunnel in an elevator. Shh. Alright, switch weapons. I guess 3 maps is watching here, maybe in the next area. The construction site looking area. The farther you get into Octo Land or whatever, you can tell that the time of day is changing now. It's a little later in the day. Nice. It's one of the things where, yes, you are technically meant to use a sniper thing. I don't want to use it. It's earlier. I'm fine with what I got. There we go. We got level 13 dancing floors, ink switcheroo. Not another weapon recommendation. Innocent. Oh my god, there's some personal data. This thing can turn you into a one-squid army. It's the hero spotlight. Once you are to charge it up, then release the button to unleash a fat stream of ink. Charging it up leaves you pretty vulnerable to attacks though, so be careful. It's the LMG of this game. It's fun for what it was. Again, I mainly was using splatter shots in my time playing the game. I feel like I probably should have used this weapon too. This weapon was a lot of fun to use, just like the, what's it called? This ink brush or whatever. It's just, obviously, if you're, the one reason I probably didn't use it as much was because, of course, if you, kind of left yourself a little vulnerable, to, like, close-up sneak attacks or whatnot, because you would still have to charge this thing up. I mean, I guess you could do this, but, like, you know, and, but just those crucial seconds, though, of you dealing with someone, are what matter, and, you know, obviously, that's why I never got behind this. That guy's defenses. There wasn't anything hidden over there like I was hoping there'd be. Those awful snipers. Yeah, destroyed my shield. I like the little references you get to like other franchises, like you got the little walk through the rocks and this, you know, on the side. You also get the squids from Mario, or the bloopers. Oops. Yeah, I need to get up to that box. Probably. Nice. I knew there was something up here. Nope, nope. Getting splattered by one of those things would be pretty embarrassing. It might have happened to some people accidentally. I mean, if it happened to me, you know, it's one of those things where, like, you know, it's crazy, but it can happen. let's see. These kids again. Kind of annoying in the original, and they're still kind of annoying here. There's stuff down here, look at that. Let's get some more armor. I don't need to be dropped off either. No checkpoint. Go. I feel like I'm missing the freaking. Yeah, of course I'm taking another scroll. Of course. Where it could be, I don't know. Definitely missing out on a lot more than I did in the original, but it's fine. That's what the third part will be about, because I feel like it's definitely going to take a third part, more or less, maybe. You check your weapon log. Yep, data's coming through. Man, that's really good stuff. The better you get me, the quicker I can finalize our retail versions. Keep it up. Remember, it's just a loaner, I'm not running a charity here. Good luck at your form. But, I mean, this one definitely gives you more incentive to play levels again. That means being able to like unlock them in every single one on multiplayer, and to top it off, you can upgrade every single weapon too. It's not like, you know, you just upgrade one for all. You know, it's like you gotta upgrade every single one. I need to get back to this area anyway. I guess there isn't anything up here. Floating garden. Chasing headquarters. This will probably be the final level that I'll do for this stream. You really use some data on these weapons and you use it for a bit. No, I don't want to use it. Use my level, Sheldon. I don't need your data. Sometimes the recommended weapon's worse than the ones that I could use. Took after it. That's one of those enemies you gotta chase. Get the key. These don't lead to hidden passage areas. Indeed. Nice. What the heck are these things? Random bottles with water inside them. Okay. I will double XP token. I wonder if I didn't have collected them all when I played through the campaign. Or another question is, I wonder if you got some from playing Octo Expansion. Probably, honestly. Sucks there isn't an alternative way game. You know, at least have one that's like a once a week thing where you can get some more. Because it does take forever in this game. That's the one thing I wasn't a huge fan of in Splatoon 1 and 2 is the leveling up system. Like, it was okay for the first 20 levels, but then like after that they changed it up by like doing this weird kind of like point system. The first one did it worse, but honestly the second one is pretty much just like a reskin version of it. And basically what that means is like, so the game first launched, Splatoon 1, it had this one mechanic for leveling up where depending on how much you actually inked would be how much XP you got. So if you inked like 2,000 points of turf, that would be your XP. It was the 2,000 points of turf. And I was perfectly okay with that because, you know, that's the objective of the game is the turf things. And, you know, sure, a lot of people wouldn't have objectives for kills, and then that would make the splatter shots and all those things kind of useless to an extent. But here's the thing, it's like, that's the objective of the game, is to ink up the most turf. If you didn't want to gain as much XP, I mean, sure, you'd suffer because, you know, you were using a weapon that wasn't good at splatting, but at the same time, though, like, it's just like, I was always the one splatting the most. Like, almost every single match, instead of like, getting the most kills or anything, I thought like, I was the one splatting the most, or like getting the most like turf lock, which was, you know, perfect because I love doing that. You know, again, it's the main mechanic of the game. Let's be real here. And so, you know, when they changed it up and did this whole thing past level 20 in the original, where now it's no longer dependent on whether what do they call it? It's no longer dependent on hold on, this guy. How you dealing with this enemy? There we go. Alright, I got to the point where like now it's depending on your victories, which I guess isn't too bad looking back at it before, because I mean as long as you won, it didn't matter if you spotted the most or the best, you know, you still got points. But here's the, you know, again, it got to the point where it's like, if you didn't win, you would only get like 2 points. Whereas the person that would win, as long as they, you know, got like past 500 turf, I think it was, and they won, they got like a maximum amount of like 10 points, as opposed to 2. And so you can imagine that when they started, you know, once it got to later levels, like it got to the point where like the levels demands were excessive, but you need like 1,000 something points to level up. But since you only get like 10 points per match, you can imagine how long that would take to freaking reach max level. And I mean, and even then, it wasn't like you gained something from like that special from getting max level. It was just like, oh, you know, you got the notoriety of being a level 50. Congrats, you're one of the best players available. Sure, but like, and then Splatoon 2, when they raised the level cap and all that other stuff, it pretty much kept that whole mechanic to an extent the same, because what do you call it, instead of it being like low numbers like 2 or, you know, 10 and all that stuff, the levels actually, you know, the numbers technically stayed the same, because they went from 2 to 200 and 10 to 1,000, but then at the same time also raised the level requirement too. So you can see where it's like, it's literally a copy and paste of the original. Guys. And these guys. I'll get them out of here. Yeah, I mean, overall, that's the biggest thing that disappointed me about Splatoon. It's just the leveling up mechanic just was not the best. And that's why I didn't, you know, I was so exhausted from Splatoon 1, and why I didn't really get very far in Splatoon 2 is because the amount of hours I spent in those games to freaking try to accomplish all that crap was just it was too much. So there's 2 chests. I think this one probably has the hidden thing in it. Nice. And this one has the warp pad. Nice. Alright, perfect. Alrighty. Well, that's gonna be it for today's stream, guys. Thank you so much for watching this stream. Sure, leave a like, comment, share the video, let me know how I did. As always, God bless, and we'll finish off with this. Major changes to regulation by the powers that be have led for a call of the complete replacement overhaul of all special weapons. Designer and manufacturers struggling to comply with the new regulations. And yeah, that's one of a few of the former weapons in the game that didn't make it.